Welcome in and welcome to
The
the
program,
Legacy, right?
yeah, hey.
So we're doing things a little differently today because it's just you and me. So
Yeah.
we're gonna start the show off right and a little goofy and be ourselves because we don't have to be so poignantly what's the word I'm looking for?
Peculiar, obtuse.
Oh, yeah, we don't have to be so hard hard-headed, I guess, or hard-nosed. We don't have to be so shelled in, I
Narrow-minded.
guess. Yeah, narrow-minded, whatever. I mean, like shut in to where it's very. We speak to so many different people on this program, and that's what's wonderful about the internet, everybody, and social media. I mean, and being able to do this, especially virtually. You meet so many different people, but you get to a point where certain people you kind of know how to flow with, and others you don't necessarily know how they're going to react towards what you may have to say. So it gets a little nerve-wracking. So when we have something like this, where we're on an episode with just you and me, it's kind of relieving because we get to be ourselves to a certain extent. Not saying that we're not ourselves with many of our guests. I would say we are, but
You
we
know,
we're open. We're more open when it's just us, I guess. So
yeah.
so with that, let's get started here. So, like I said, this is the legacy, right? This is Lysander Spooner. Happy belated birthday, old fool, over 200 something years old. Last month, sometime last month, I think January 19th. And
Mm.
that's Mega Man X and in the gang with Andrew Joseph. I am the legacy of Jennifer and Kaiser. I am your host. I am your captain. Engage. After you get me my Earl Grey tea, hot computer. Um, Zachary Kaiser. And yeah, so fuck the state, anarchyware.ca. I'll go ahead and plug that for him right there. Yeah, so because that's where this came from, and we want to support those that have a little niche in this market sphere of anarchy, merchandising anarchy. Weird,
Mm.
strange. It is what it is. So it is what it is. You can market just about anything. You want to get into the market of selling turds?
No, I'm more into
People
the
even
hot coffee mods.
Oh, hot coffee mods. How about hot coffee turd flavor? I heard a lot of people are into eating shit, so maybe if we gave them shit yeah, I think they call it mud. Seen those
Uh,
commercials?
It's the first one to get a adult only rating, huh?
Yeah. No, have you seen those commercials like on YouTube? Like all of a sudden the some weird creepy looking dude comes on, like sounds like he kind of sounds like Zach from Safe Out, a cross between Zach and Slater. Yeah,
Uh,
it's kind of weird. Yeah,
no,
and
I don't think I've seen those commercials.
yeah,
The
it
one,
comes across. Yeah, it comes across every now and again when you're on the YouTube sphere. I skip it. I every commercial when I get
yeah.
a chance. But yeah, it's called Mud, and it's like coffee but not.
Oh, yeah. Now that I think about it, I've heard those commercials.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder if come to think about it, it's probably shit, man. We need to
Yeah.
get in that. Yeah, give a little competition. Maybe we can provide a better turd flavored coffee. We can call it shit too. Instead of mud, we'll
Yeah.
call it shit. So
Adult
speaking of
crayons.
ads, speaking of plugs, let's get this one thrown out of the way before we get too out of the way. Fanghornforesters.com for all your woodworking needs and necessities. Your knife cutting boards, your coasters. If you have a drink and you want to sit it on your table, but you don't want to leave a ring that your wet glass leaves, You can get yourself a wooden coaster. Boom, bada bang. Fanghornforesters.com. You have a knife cutting board. I said that already, but yeah, so you don't have to cut anything or cut your finger, cut yourself. You know how it's so hard to cut on a countertop, especially when your cats piss on it. So,
Right.
but but yeah, I mean, there you go. I mean, little knickknacks like that. That's where you can call ahead, get a custom made. You can get anything custom made, but you all the info is right there at fanghornforesters.com. That's FANGORN foresters.com, and that'll be in the show notes. So, but all the information's there. Everything that can be supplied to you, photos, anything for them that to showcase the artwork is right there. You can even do something custom as well. And if you're in the greater Cincinnati area, mobile millwork, he'll come to you for some millwork to make
Mhm.
logs into lumber, custom lumber making, and then you can build that big giant 18-foot dildo, wooden dildo that you've always wanted to build. Ain't that right, Andrew?
Yes. Particularly,
Yeah.
yes. Just don't get any splinters.
Don't get any splinters, he says. Don't get any splinters. So, and in the with it being WrestleMania season,
Mm.
and in the spirit of The Rock,
Can you smell what the rock is cooking? I know, I see it.
I'm no, just trying to get the people's elbow, man. But can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Fucking probably about ready to take over the bloodline. Uh, but I don't really watch wrestling. That's just what I heard. So, but yeah, taking over Cody Rhodes' spot in WrestleMania, dude. Win the
Mm.
Royal Rumble. Damn.
Being, getting appointed to the board of directors of TKO. You think that this is all just a plot line, or some kind of corporate thing
Oh,
that Vince McMahon's doing? What do you think?
what are you talking about? Like him blowing up his limo?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
no,
I
no.
mean,
I think
like
he's fucked.
corporate espionage kind of crap. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. Look how long he's
Wouldn't
been
put.
doing this.
Well,
You
yeah, I
know,
wouldn't put it past him, but I think he's what? He's like 78 years old. He's been in
yeah,
the business for a long while. He's kind of a creepy old man. And he has had some run-ins
right.
like before, so it kind of makes sense that this is all a shoot. Like he committed rape or molestation or sexual harassment or whatever you want to say. He put like what is the lawsuit? Didn't he rape that? Isn't he being sued for
That's that.
rape?
That's what's
One
being said. But I
yeah,
mean,
one of the
you had to think about the environment we're in the United States nowadays. Anybody who has power, they're women that just take advantage of their situation, and it said the most outlandish things. And real quick,
yeah,
I,
but
I want to, I just want to ask, when you say creepy old man, is this creepy old man in a funny way like Bitcoin, or is this creepy old man isn't in like the accusations of actual creepy old man versus uh Vince
yes,
McMahon, creepy old man?
yes. Just the answer is
Okay.
yes.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Can it be
I'd rather
both?
be. Yeah, I'd rather be Master Roshi kind of creepy old man, a Bitcoin kind of creepy old man, not like Bill Cosby creepy old man. Okay.
Yeah, Master Roshi all the way. He was creepy. He was very creepy.
Yeah, but he's funny.
He was funny. He was always hitting on what was her name? Velma?
Bulma,
Valma?
Bulma. Yeah.
Valma. Yeah. Velma.
Yeah.
What is
Oh,
this? Scooby
hey, if
Doo?
he cross if they cross promoted, I'm sure he probably would have hit a Bulma. Velma, I mean.
Probably. And he would have raped Daphne.
Mm.
Most likely. No, he probably would have raped Fred, actually. Fred just seems like he's just open for where here we are getting on rape, but we're
No,
talking about
Fred.
Vince McMahon. And
You like traps, Fred.
Fred is a trap. Fred
Yeah.
is a trap. So no, but to go on about that, I mean, yes, we live in a day and age where it seems that those with the power, the prestige, the money, I mean, these are the easier targets for specifically men, obviously, especially with the Me Too movement um, that has gone on for over for better part of a decade until Johnny Depp beat that shit bitch. Yeah, you can
Once in a blue moon.
once in a blue moon, man. This will be the day that you almost
Yeah.
had Captain Jack Sparrow. But anyways, funny. But yeah, Johnny Depp wins. And he's not going to be in Pirates 6, man. And
Yeah. I heard about that.
they're they're making it not to say that I'm not trying to be racist or anything. I'm not trying to make it a race thing, but they're trying to make the main character. First off, Pirates is not going to be it's nothing without Jack Sparrow. Secondly, they're trying to do the Disney's still on that DEI bullshit. Make the star a black woman.
Who's
That's your that that's the alternative.
yeah. Don't we
Disney,
have
you're losing.
a DEI enough with Vice President Kamala Harris?
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, look, she's a
Don't mess
fucking
with box of
moron.
rocks.
She's either a fucking moron or she's coked up and drunk every day to where she can't even. She's worse than Biden. She
Yeah.
can't speak. At least Biden is eight. He can say, well, I mean, he's in
80
his
years
80s.
old.
He's in his 80s. Gonna be 81 years old. I mean, he doesn't have his faculties all there. Although I know 90-year-olds that are more lucid than he is, but
Yeah.
they're used to know 90-year-olds. But still, he's an old man. She's she's either fucked up or she's a retard.
Yeah.
Can we
Or
say
both.
retard here? Or both? Can we say retard here? Well, I don't give a fuck. Cancel me, YouTube. We'll just go to Rumble.
Yeah. Well, that episode's definitely going Rumble.
Well, we need to branch out anyways. So plus we're on every podcast, like every
Yeah.
podcast channel known to man. So
Yeah.
check us out, everybody. I mean, one more plug, all right? So if you see us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcast,
I get mine from the
go
deep
ahead.
web.
He does. He gets his from the deep web, specifically on the Silk Road. Plus,
Mm.
Andrew created the new Silk Road.
Yeah.
All it is porn and the legacy, right?
Yeah. That's in the other topic section.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, but just find the legacy, right, and give us a view, get us a review. I mean, yeah, if you hate it, fucking give us that 1 star and say fucking retards.
Right?
Wow, we're really getting fucking canceled on this one, man.
Just like the Christmas special.
Fuck YouTube. But yeah, oh, I love YouTube. Google, my Google overlords.
Mm.
Bless me thou with all the subscribers and let the algorithm take us to algorithmic grace. But back to it then. Vince McMahon, I can't see the fact that Vince McMahon was already like he's gotten to the point. Interesting transition. He's gotten to the point where he's even bigger than he ever has been, more prestigious, more influential, has more money, obviously. Made the biggest, most lucrative sales deal. I mean, with WWE recently.
Yeah.
But um, but even back in the 80s, which is what they're telling us this all happened, like what is being filed in these lawsuits of what happened. Like it's going back to at least the 80s. And just he was at that level then. So he he was pretty I wouldn't say pretty much influential, but he was relatively wealthy. He was relatively well known. WWE was on the rise, and probably it wasn't as big as it is now, but it was on the rise, and it was pretty major. And
Yeah.
I mean, by 1989, they had started WrestleMania. WrestleMania was huge for the first three. So and what was in these reports? Like it all like this the alleged rape. Well, we'll always say alleged until it's proven, everybody. But the alleged rape that is coming out happened like what in like 87, 88. So he was pretty big. He wasn't where he is now as the young man back then. I say young man, he was in his 40s then. He's in his 70s now, right? It was 30 years ago. But um but you look at Vince McMahon as like if they wanted to just get him for his money, if they really wanted to fleece him, why not do it then? Because regardless, whether it's 2024 or 1987, he's got it all. He's a made man. He's just
Yeah.
probably bigger and more influential now, but he had it all then. So why make a play to fleece him dry now when he's almost 80 years old and not completely all there.
Well, it's because it's common and pretty popular right about now to chase after the puck, instead of being where the puck is being advanced. So I
Mm-hmm.
was, it's easy to say, oh, I was a part of that and I was abused or whatever, and I didn't have any, nobody would believe me, but now all these people are coming out of the woodwork, so they'll believe me now. So I'll get a payout.
Yeah, but isn't that actually you could say that's a good thing? Maybe whether it's lies or not, whether there are so many people that are doing as such with lies and manipulating and trying to get a pay cut on the trying to make that play um, that it's making the court of popular opinion say kind of second guess, kind of reel it in and say, hold up, they're lying.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she may not be lying with these court cases, but because of all of it has been a good thing for the most part because people are gaining the confidence, right? So gaining that confidence to finally come out, I mean, wouldn't couldn't we say that could be the case? So even with all the bullshit that we do see with, say, the Me Too movement, um, there's still some grain of salt woven hidden in there coming out of the woodwork where you have legitimate accusations that are being claimed and what's sad is a lot of them aren't taken serious. Luckily, they are in most case scenarios they are in court, just
Yeah.
not in popular opinion. But they're not being taken serious in the popular opinion in pop culture, but they're they're still being hurt. So maybe that's the case. Everybody's coming out of the woodwork, lie or not, going after the man, lie or truth doesn't matter, and it's causing those who are the true truthers to gain the confidence to boost up to try to get a rise to try to rise above the liars that are just trying to get a little pay cut.
Yeah. I gotta ask you, is this like a revision of the word truther? Because now we got 9/11 truther, then we had birther, now we got this again. This is our version of truther. We're getting the trend
This yeah.
started right here.
Yeah, but you're a birther. Don't deny it.
Oh, oh man, just look at that PDF in an open view. It'll be fine.
Just
There's
so
not some
you,
issue.
You still
If
have
he
that
can,
PDF, man?
I can find it.
You should find that. Yeah, it's quite interesting. Barack Obama is not an American.
Yeah. Well, that's very cancel culture right there. I hope you enjoyed being in the gulag.
Yeah, yeah, as long as one parent is an American citizen, he could be born wherever. So technically, he's an American citizen because his
El
mother is an American.
Presidente.
I mean, Ted Cruz is technically an American citizen, even though he's born in Canada, because both his parents are
I
American.
like it. I like how I made a Mexican reference and then next thing you know, you're talking about Ted Cruz.
Well, you didn't let me get to it, man. Mitt Romney's technically an American. He was born in Mexico
Well, there
because
you
his
go.
dad banged a Mexican. No, was his mom Mexican or
I
wasn't
have
she a
no
hooker?
idea.
Could
He
have
was a
sworn that
businessman. He was very lonely. It's
he
a
probably
hard
was.
road.
Yeah, Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney's a Mexican. Ted Cruz is Canadian. Barack Obama's Kenyan
Well,
or Indonesian. I don't know.
it just depends on who you ask on what day.
And poor Gonzalo Lira is a dead man.
He knew too much about that guy that got killed up at Martha's Vineyard that was Obama's chef.
It was who? It was Obama's who?
Obama's chef.
Oh, it was Obama's chef? Oh,
Yeah,
I thought it
you
was
don't
Big
remember hearing
Mike's
about that?
dick.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess that too.
Big Mike, Big Mike. Have you seen that meme where
Yeah.
it's Michelle Obama with in that?
Hey, that's future President Michelle Obama, Mike Obama.
No, no, no. They will make sure that Gavin Newsom gets installed before they get bamboozled by comedy.
Hmm.
The Democrats want no. Democrats know how to wield power, man. They are
Yeah,
openly corrupt and know how to wield power. They ain't putting a joke up,
they
dude.
they
They will
flaunt, they
they
flaunt.
will they will flaunt they will flaunt right now to make you think, and then as soon as you try to make a double take, Gavin Newsom is your
Yeah,
dictator for life. That's a fucking you want to say Antichrist? No, man, he's pretty fucking close.
that's why we're going to Mexico, right?
Yeah, that's why we're going to Mexico. We're gonna go to Mexico. So, but yeah, like whereas like the Republicans struggle because they can't wield power because they're fucking idiots. They're just
Hmm.
as corrupt, but they try to hide their corruption through little lies, little snippets of
Incompetence.
lies. I'm fiscally conservative. I want to protect your rights. Your
Oh yeah,
rights. I want
They wrap it up in libertarian language, right?
yeah. They use libertarianism as a as a reel to hook you in, and
Hmm.
then you get Donald fucking Trump, a Democrat.
Snake oil salesman.
Yep. Or George W. Bush, a Democrat.
Well, if
Fucking,
I had to choose, I'd choose Trump over Bush any day.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, Trump didn't get us into Iraq 2.0, 3.0, 4.0.
No, but he escalated more soldiers into Afghanistan, and actually he added more soldiers into Syria.
Mm.
So what Obama had already done. So he basically, I will give you though, he didn't under him there was no new wars, but there were escalations of wars still going on
Hmm.
and more military action.
Yeah.
He bombed more people than Obama would have fucking had a wet dream, get fucked in the ass if he was able to do what Trump did.
Let's kill some
So
brown people.
yeah, let's kill some brown people. Of
That's a
course,
soundbite.
Biden is surpassing. Yeah, Trump in the military action and the bombings, and he's probably going to get us into another war before his term is up. So
Yeah.
he's going to surpass Obama. Well, Bush, because technically Obama really didn't get us into a new war. He just escalated the wars that we were already in.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you want to look at that, like, oh,
What are you gonna
I would
do?
rather have Trump. I'd rather have Trump than Bush. Well, if that's the case, then you would rather have Trump. If that is ultimately the reason why you would say, well, Trump wasn't that bad. He didn't get us into any more new wars. Well, neither did Obama, really. He just escalated the wars we were already in and
No.
funded for proxies that we didn't necessarily have to fight or use special black operations units, which Trump also did.
Is it because he's black?
Well, oh yeah, it's because he's black. Who, Donald Trump? I think
No,
he's.
Barack Obama.
Yeah, I think no. Barack Obama's more white. George Bush is more black than Baraka. Baraka.
Listen, don't insult the man, okay? It just doesn't look good on you.
The man had sex with another man and
Yeah,
tried to
but
cover it up.
those are just allegations. We have no evidence.
We
I
we
need the
got to.
cold, hard facts. Just
Yeah,
like
we got to
cold,
start
hard
using.
facts and Putin and Tucker Carlson being, Russian spy.
Ooh, yeah. Speaking of Tucker and Vladimir Putin, um, have you watched that interview that
Yes, I
he
have.
that tw
I
yeah,
was just
Twitter
getting to
went
that. In 2006
with
at Cincinnati Zoo, a nice, big, strong gorilla man was killed. And so, as a fact, I invaded Ukraine.
that's the real reason. It all started with fucking Cincinnati Zoo murdering a gorilla. I knew it.
Take a shot for Harambe. He took one for you.
I knew it. I knew it. Vladimir Putin he's been trying to repair the damage. It was this fucking Nazis in Ukraine
Yep.
paying off the Cincinnati zoo workers to shoot Harambe
They
over a
they
damn.
they they paid that woman to drop her kid into the
They
enclosure.
did. They paid the woman to drop her little black. Was that kid black or white? I forget.
Black, I think.
Yeah, makes sense. They didn't even have to pay her, man. They gave her a hit of crack and said, "Here,
Right?
racist, racist much?
Oh,
Hey, listen, people, viewers, listeners. I've known plenty of white crackheads. They would still not drop their child let their child escape through a broken fence line or whatever. I don't even know how to fuck. Oh, they have the fence now. Climb underneath the railing and drop into a silverback gorilla pen or exhibit. Black people, you got to control yourselves. You got to control yourselves. She was a crackhead. There's no
you should
goddamn way.
know we're from Cincinnati. They're all over the place.
Oh yeah, no, it's mostly fentanyl around here.
Yeah. But
Fentanyl and meth.
back then, it was the in thing, okay?
No, it was still fentanyl and meth or heroin.
You just
Actually,
can't
back
have
then
it one thing.
yeah, it was carfentanil. It was carfentanil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Place with the
So
blood from the border.
all right, before we get into any more racism, but that's the greatest transition, right? Because we're about ready to talk about Tucker Carlson.
Who's that?
I
Oh,
don't
that's
know,
that guy that was on CNN
yeah,
once, right?
yeah, something like that. That
And MSNBC, and then Fox News. He was the head guy on Fox News.
wait, hold up. I knew he was on. He was on CNN. Was he on MSNBC too? He went through the
Yeah,
rounds, didn't
uh,
he?
yeah. Well, it's working off the card, right?
I mean, that's.
You
I
gotta go
mean,
where they're all screeching and screeching so that you can, say, "Oh, I got a little bit of. I've been tempered by the flame. I know how it
and
is."
that everybody, when you learn that cycle, is when you realize Operation Mockingbird, which is a CIA operation to control mass media on the population, and Tucker Carlson, who adamantly tried to become a CIA operative at one time,
As acknowledged by
and
Putin,
and
a Russian
and
asset.
Vladimir Putin acknowledged it. So what do you tell? What and now the motherfucker is excuse my French, everybody. Now the guy is
See, this is
on
why we
is
can't get him on Squawk Box.
now I'm wondering if this new X regime of Elon's for the old Twitter is actually a psyop, and they
Oh,
needed
right.
Tucker Carlson, so Fox News fired him, and then he came over and started his own network, independent network on X.
Yeah.
And Vladimir Putin, I think he answered all of it in one statement that I could barely understand even with the translator.
Yeah, okay, I have a question. How the hell does he sit there and have a conversation with Putin when Putin is speaking in Russian and he's speaking in English and he just acts like he understands everything he's saying?
No, he didn't, but there's a translator in the background. Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
see They try to keep the translator out of the camera. And
yeah,
honestly, I think now with the technology that we had, because I noticed Putin had something like on his ear. I don't know if it
yeah.
was just like an
Well, they always
earpiece
have
for like the
earpieces.
micro.
Yeah,
Yeah. So maybe, but it looked bigger. It wasn't like a typical earpiece. So maybe that was like I don't know, a translator device
yeah.
or whatever. I don't know. A listening aid, but there's always a translator in the background. So it looks like Tucker is talking to Putin, who's speaking in Russian, while we are hearing the translator talk um,
Yeah.
over the tube, over the stupid tube. But and Tucker doesn't understand Putin, but
Yeah.
he's listening to the translator. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, if you notice, he kind of did adjust a little bit to kind of be able to be still be simply have a simple like posture with Putin to show his posture. He was still with Putin, but be transitioned to like kind of listen out for translation. He did
I
seem, yeah,
was
like,
just getting
yeah,
to that.
yeah. So he was kind of moving. He did move around. I was wondering. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't like too often, but he did kind of move off. So like it was almost like maybe he's just kind of adjusting his own posture to be able to hear the translator better. So, but I also thought it was very interesting that his first question is why why did you attack Ukraine? And Vladimir Putin, I thought this was genius, by the way. This shows that he's definitely an autocrat that knows business and knows to take the question away, yeah, basically take control of the interview, right?
Yeah.
And he goes on for like 30 or 40 minutes on like the history of Russia and Eastern Europe and where Russia and Kiev Rus began and all that, how Ukraine and Russia are intertwined historically, culturally, all the way back to the ninth century. He just took right then and there. You knew like Tucker, you've been fucking duped, buddy.
Yeah.
Because people don't realize this, and I know Twitter flew off the rails. The left basically saying, "Yeah, well, fucking fascist, Putin's evil," and then the right fucking dropping dropping their balls and ejaculating and so much excitement because oh, Tucker got Putin. But in reality, you do. I mean, Vladimir Putin he's had other interviews that have come through on our mainstream platforms, of course. But what are our mainstream platforms talking? What are their talking points on Russia and on Putin right now? And most of them also combined with Donald Trump as well. What,
Yeah.
yeah, CNN and MSNBC and all that, and even Fox News for some certain points, like, um, what is their talking points? To
Uh,
downgrade Vladimir
yeah.
Putin. So
Yeah.
why would he acknowledge that? Why would he take any interview where he's not going to be able to have full control? Because so you're not going to. So it's a tit for tat, period.
Yeah.
But then you have Tucker Carlson, who's willing, and don't get me wrong, I applaud him for being able to get this done. I mean, it's great to have a perspective from the enemy, right?
Yeah.
So they're all enemies, they're all statists. Doesn't matter if you're Joe Biden or Boris Johnson or whoever the fuck the PM is of UK now, or German or the German, any state, they're all statists. I don't care. I mean, Jinping in China, I mean,
You think Tucker
humongous
Carlson's
statists.
gonna interview him?
What,
Xi
Jinping?
Jinping? You think? Yeah.
I mean, he got Putin. Why not? I mean,
Yeah.
after this, and honestly, taking this interview, watching, if I were G, I would look at the interview with Putin and measure up to how well Putin held his own composure and took control of everything, and kind of made Tucker somewhat kind of stupid, really,
Well, why not?
thinking that you're
Well,
going.
why not go for a trifecta? Do Xi Jinping and then the little North Korean man down south.
Exactly. I don't think Kim Jong Un is going. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that would happen. It should. I think it should. I think Tucker should go for it. But for Xi, looking what happened with Putin and how Putin measured up to that interview, and God bless Tucker for doing it, but Putin basically showed you up, and he owned that interview. Why wouldn't Jinping, if he got an offer by Tucker Carlson for an interview, why shouldn't he do it too and show
Yeah.
his muscle? Why not? Basically showcase the basically play to the narrative of the American right and of Tucker Carlson's wing of that American right, and 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 set up the new talking points yet again for another divisional mess of American politics
Yeah.
where with the left. So why not continue to divide America?
I mean, that's what we want, right? We don't want consolidation. We want derision. That's what's healthy
Mm-hmm.
for us.
Well, that's what statism wants.
Mm.
Statism doesn't want healthy, unified, cooperating people that know their rights, know they have individual rights.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. No, you gotta work. You gotta pay taxes. You gotta hate each other. So when one side dis divorces from working to pay the taxes, you go off and kill them
Hmm. Hey, I'm getting
or
screwed.
snitch. Or in this day and age, you call them out and get them canceled.
Yeah.
So, and then that way they can't get another job, or they get their accounts frozen. Then they have to go into crypto, but it's very difficult because they don't know how they've never worked around the deep web.
You
So
don't have to be involved
they
in the
need.
deep web to use crypto.
I know, but yeah, but they don't know that, and they're
Mm.
still involved in the exchanges, which is fine. That's fine until you have to get out of it. It's fine, cool. And then those accounts get frozen, and then you realize the crypto that I bought on Coinbase because I just kept it there. And well, it turns out it's really not mine because I gave them all my information. This is why if you're going to use Coinbase or Binance or whatever, I mean, use it and then fucking get yourself a hardware wallet.
Right
Literally
here, hardware
use the
wallet.
exactly. Yeah. Get yourself a hardware wallet. Really. That way, when you use the exchange in case you absolutely need to make an adjustment or actually pay for your crypto into cash because you might need something that needs to be purchased in cash, though it's going to probably get fucking eaten away and fucking outrageous fees. And then, depending on how much you put in, because remember, $600, that's the threshold.
Mm.
$600 or more, you're getting taxed on that. So you gotta be careful. So just keep it all up. Just send it all to a hard wallet and then start buying everything in crypto and mine.
I mean, I could use a mime. Who couldn't use a mime?
A mine or a
Yeah.
mime?
Well, they're a nice distraction while you're trying to go out the back door.
Am I doing it right? I don't think
Yeah,
I'm
I
doing it
believe
right.
so. Uh, dun, 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 dun. Uh, so back to
It's slowly
WWE.
done.
What do you think? Yeah, what do you think? What do you think Vince is going to do with $750 million? I think that's how much it was.
Die? No,
I
probably in
mean,
law mass. Hmm.
I can see that being used to build another network of some type.
Well, I think he was trying to do that with TKO.
Yeah, maybe he'll
That ain't
buy out.
happened.
What's it called? And
Maybe
no, the All Elite Wrestling (AEW).
he could. I mean, they're not doing too hot from what I
No,
hear.
that's what I've heard. Yeah,
Yeah, they're doing worse because of the CM Punk situation.
hmm.
Last year, they have been down the stink hole.
Yeah.
So,
I never
and I
actually
guess
watched it. I've seen a few matches, but I didn't like, I don't know. I
mhm.
just could never get back
I've
into it
s-
again.
yeah, I've seen a few matches too. Like especially earlier on when they started. I never actually watched a full episode, but I've watched it. I liked it because it was like wrestling, like it was actual
Yeah,
matches. That was kind of cool. But I mean, then they started getting bigger, and then
yeah,
and then it just looks like because you've seen like Chris Jericho comes over. The focal point was Chris Jericho. I mean, CM Punk, of course. Like
yeah.
everybody starts coming over. I think Samoa Joe's over there now. I think Dean Ambrose, who goes by his real name, um, in AEW, he went over there. Um, I forget his name. I don't know his real name. I should.
Me
Well,
neither. I like
yeah,
Orange
but
Cassidy. He's pretty funny.
yeah. So, oh yeah, he's not bad. But like all these guys going over, like switching over, or it started giving me that WCW feel, which
Yeah,
basically means like, history is repeating. So like they're gonna get big, they're gonna promote themselves up. They may even beat the ratings, which they did. They weren't going up against Raw or SmackDown, but they were on Tuesdays, and they were going up against WWE's NXT show, right? And
yeah.
they got so high ratings in regards to like in contrast to NXT that they forced AEW literally forced WWE to take NXT off of Tuesdays or something and and move it to Wednesdays. So they no longer competed. They no longer clashed over their time slot.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that kind of reminds me like it's not the same as Monday Nitro and Monday Night Raw back in the 90s with the Monday Night Wars, but you kind of get the same mantra and you're kind of having that feeling like, uh-oh, same shit, just different fucking day, right?
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
I mean, no, go ahead.
it's I mean that's I think the model. WWE has to be self-sufficient in order to maintain financial security. Meanwhile, AEW they're more of a sandbox model. That I mean,
Hmm.
we've talked about this before: sandbox versus
Hmm.
consolidation. And
Yeah.
when the sandbox is, you don't have to be so serious, and you can't really take off and be sustainable in the long term, which I think is
Hmm.
very kind of uh, informative in the greater scheme of things. If you're trying to figure out how you want to do things, like as a business model.
Hmm. No, that's exactly right. And AEW's model is almost like I would almost say like AEW's model is the independent circuit on a bigger scale. So
Yeah,
they're trying to stay like on this amateur-ish, like small circuit, like back to uh, back to the territory type culture and
yeah,
bring that into the mainstream in
yeah,
order to challenge WWE, the likes of WWE. And it's failing miserably because they won't give up that indie culture. And
yeah,
they're not, the territories are gone. Like that was like 1975, really. Like that was 50 years ago, 40 years ago. It's, yeah, WWE eradicated the territories because WWE got as big as it got. And so the platform now is to be as corporate as you possibly can, be totally centralized so that you can be decentralized. Notice how WWE has Raw and SmackDown, although they're kind of one and the same because they're not two different things. And then they have NXT, and they all kind of, all their brands kind of operate as their own different entities, but it's under the umbrella of the centralized WWE corporation, and
yeah. TKO.
it's a business. So it's a business. So it operates like a business on the outside of the scheme of professional wrestling, and it runs things in real life on the corporate scale of providing for its shareholders and making sure that a product is good enough to make the shareholders money, to give them a
Yeah,
return and then you get to the internal and it's about wrestling. It's about entertainment, and they've fulfilled that entertainment margin. Sports entertainment. They've really kept that as uh, the key motion. So, or the key notion. So they know how to market. They're grown up, and quite frankly, for like CM Punk, he grew up by getting fired by AEW or returning to WWE. And I loved I loved the way that he ended his he kind of he didn't he went off the mic. He kind of mouthed it on the camera mic. It was kind of cool.
mm,
He's like, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. And
yeah,
I take that great because with his tenure, his short tenure in AEW and how that ended up ending and how it actually ended up being laid in and how everything based on what it seems like the culture is over there, that's what it's about. It's
mm,
not about making friends. It's not about that's what WWE is about. It's about being a professional and understanding, realizing, fuck it. This is
yeah,
life is I gotta pay my bills. I gotta make some money. I gotta pay my bills, and I gotta save up and invest for my future, my family's future, and I just gotta make money. So I'm gonna do my best to be as professional as I can, do my job, and make money. Whereas AEW is still that adolescent, rebel rousing, I don't give a fuck attitude. And that's cool and that's great and that's brilliant for a niche market, for a niche cultish market, um, which is fantastic. Like old WCW, like 80s, or ECW as it was on its rise. It was very
Yeah.
small, niche, and it was always on the rise, but it never truly made it because it had WWE and or WWF at the time and WCW in it. But that's what AEW kind of reminds me is it's ECW. It's literally just it's ECW it's your ECW on the rebel, the rebellion idea that I don't care. Like we're taking this to the extreme. Um, but it's WCW in the history repetition scheme because you're seeing the rise and the fall in real time, almost in the similar fashion as WCW.
Mm. I think maybe just with it's probably accelerated just a little bit because
I
I
think
mean
it
they had a
did.
couple decades in WCW.
Hmm.
AEW's not even a decade old.
No, no,
It's
it's like 5 years old. It's like
It's getting
half.
close to it, but
Yeah.
I think being on the internet too kind of accelerates that to
Hmm.
a degree.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. And WCW, I mean, yeah, WCW had a couple decades, and actually, you could go even further. It probably had like 3 decades because it
Mm.
wasn't it Jim Crockett Promotions before.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and before that, it was Georgia Championship Wrestling, wasn't it? In
I
the
believe
territories
so.
back in the 60s and 70s. So
Yeah,
50s, 60s, 70s. And then it became Jim Crockett got a hold of it. It became Jim Crockett's promotion,
if if
Georgia Championship Wrestling.
if I remember correctly, it was Georgia Championship Wrestling, then Worldwide Championship Wrestling, and then
Yeah.
Black Saturday happened, and Vince McMahon took over, and so uh, Ted Turner started another wrestling promotion on his network to compete.
Hmm.
That's the same network, just two different programs, and
Yeah.
they that turned into to Jim Crockett Productions, so that he sold it to him, and then he bought it back.
Hmm.
If I mean, I could be wrong, double check me on this. After that,
Yeah.
they went live with WCW Nitro, and then uh, at the end of it, WWE bought him out.
Hmm.
So
Fascinating.
yeah,
Fascinating. It's all very interesting, and it's that's what this is what intrigues me about wrestling, man. Even when you're not really into it as you were when you were a kid, you're still
yeah,
into it because of these little things, like just the
yeah.
ins and
The
outs of how,
infighting.
yeah, the infighting, the interpromotional infighting, and the ins and outs of how they operate, and just watching it all in real time, especially now with the internet, where you don't even have to watch the actual wrestling, but you can still follow everything. Just reading or Jim Cornette or Eric
Hope
Bischoff.
Cornette. Yeah.
So,
Who do you prefer, Bischoff or Cornette?
both. Yes. The answer is yes.
Yeah, they're
Honestly,
politicians, right?
I prefer Jim Cornette because I think he's been in the business wrestling wise for so long that he kind of knows he knows wrestling. I mean, he's operated his own, and so did Eric Bischoff, kind of. I mean, it
Yeah,
wasn't really his promotion, but he ran things
yeah,
as president of WCW in the 90s. But Jim Cornette, he's ran the operations. He's actually been a promoter, and he's ran his own promotion. And he knows the inner workings of wrestling. He knows the culture of it with the kayfabe. Even though kayfabe has kind of gone out the window because of the internet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so WWE's accepted it. Um, Even TNA or Impact Wrestling. TNA is back, everybody, actually. So,
Actually, yeah.
we'll get on to that in a second. AEW, I think that's where AEW's downfall is. Let's see, kayfabe. It's hard to stay kayfabe in today's professional wrestling climate, especially in these mainstream mega promotions like mega corporate promotions like WWE. So AEW is kind of, from my perspective, it is trying to capture that allure of kayfabe, but it can't because it's
Yeah.
too difficult. So, and they don't
So,
know what to do.
well, they keep bringing in these people that are like legacy wrestlers from the WWE, WCW era,
Hmm.
and that's not good for being productive as a company. I don't think. I mean, yeah, it's
Hmm.
good for nostalgia, but he's not capable of doing business like it should be done
Hmm.
because he's too
Well,
much of
and
a mark.
Tony.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's what I was gonna say. Like Tony, Tony Khan is just he's a 40-something-year-old adolescent. He really is. He's trying to relive, capture the allure of his childhood in some
yeah,
capacity because he has the money. Well, actually, Shah Khan has the money. His daddy has
yeah.
the money. But regardless,
Big Daddy Cool.
still, regardless, he comes from wealth. He has the money. They can just basically throw it. They can piss it all away. They can shit it if they wanted to too. They probably can ejaculate it. They could do all sorts of things. They could vomit it. They could get rid of all this money. They can piss all this fucking money away, ruining shit, just so long as at some point at the end of the day, his
The NDA is
nostalgic
valid.
his what?
The NDA is valid.
The NDA, the non-disclosure agreement.
Vince McMahon, baby.
I knew it. I knew there was an NDA. That's why they can't succeed. Vince McMahon already owns it. No.
Oh man.
But he's just, Tony's just trying to capture a nostalgic feel, realistically. And
Yeah.
I don't think he has his heart into it either. Like, I think, like, just listen to Jim Cornette. I mean, they talk about this a lot. I mean, Tony juggles like two different operation heads, right? Like, doesn't he works, forget what the position is, but he works for some position within the front office of the Jaguars. And then he's the owner, the chairman, the CEO, and I guess the
Glorious
head
leader.
writer, the cult leader of AEW, of all elite wrestling.
Yeah.
So I don't think he has actually has the heart really into leading the company more so than to just kind of, hey, I own a wrestling company, dude. It's like, dude,
Right.
where's my car? It's
Yeah.
like, dude, where's my car? What's my tattoo say? Dude,
What's one say?
sweet.
Dude, dude,
So,
sweet. That's
dude, sweet.
that's
Dude, where's
another
your
favorite thing.
car? Dude, where's your car?
Yep.
Oh, I don't know, dude. Jesus, you're no fun.
It's been a long time since I see that movie. I forgot the lines. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was pretty stupid to me too.
Yeah.
Dude. But that's you said something. You said something interesting though. I'm gonna talk with my hands, like Orange Man bad,
Okay. Believe me.
because uh, believe me, believe me, I did have sex with her because I am a fucking badass.
Yeah.
I would use the voice, everybody, but I really don't want to learn it. I don't really care. So
Mm.
Trump is just hilarious in his own right. Vote for him. I really want the entertainment. As an anarchist that isn't politically active and doesn't give a fuck,
Yeah.
as you can see, fuck the state. Please, if the collapse is inevitable and it can be fast tracked with Donald Trump as president, please vote for him. At least he's entertaining, not this old senile, depressing, depressingly old senile, shitting his pants, falling up. He's falling up, not down, up. Old
What a
people, even
failure.
old people with balance issues, don't fall up. They fall down. He's falling. It's like it's on a. I think he's a fucking robot.
No more
It's
arigato,
sad.
Mr. Roboto. And they say we need a president. If we can survive with Joe Biden, we can
We don't
survive
need no
without a
prep.
president.
Yeah, yeah. One more transition, man.
Hmm.
Who wins in a debate on foreign policy, property rights, Israel and Gaza, and the Israel and Gaza situation, um, and libertarian ordeal or ordeals.
The victim,
Jack
because they
Lloyd,
don't have to live. Oh,
Jack
Jack
Lloyd,
Lloyd.
or
Or,
Dave Smith.
oh man. I don't know. It's an interesting question.
That is an interesting question.
Why don't we figure out what their position is on parks and we'll get back to you.
That's what it's all about, man. We know what Dave's position is on the parks. That's basically what they're arguing. As we're recording this today on Friday, February 16th, 2024, Twitter has been exploding all day. I've been going back and forth between my job and everything, uh, keeping tabs on it. But I guess Jack and Dave have been going back and forth um, over some. They've been feuding. They've been feuding like an old WWE feud from the 90s. It really has been. I'm gonna say it, Andrew. It really is Stone Cold and The Rock.
Oh,
Who
really?
is Stone Cold and who is The Rock? That's for you to guess.
Oh man, it's so subjective. It's kind of hard to say for sure.
I know it's always subjective. So who's the bigger asshole? The Rock or Stone
No,
Cold?
Dave Rubin.
Dave Rubin. Yeah, Dave fucking Rubin, everybody. So speaking of Dave Rubin, what do you think of him? Besides he's an
Hmm.
asshole, obviously.
I don't have much opinion on it. Otherwise, it's just another corporate shill.
Is he still a liberal? As he said that he no longer is.
Yeah, I think he is.
I think he's a CIA asset. It's all a sign.
Yeah.
These are the people. Oh, East Price Hill. I have the news in the background very low. East Price Hill shooting suspect arraigned. Not surprising out of East Price Hill. It's a shithole. It was a shithole when I was a kid, and it's still a shithole.
Well, they caught that guy. The audience doesn't know this, but there's a guy that was in where I used to live in the Knoxville area, and
Mm-hmm.
he shot a cop out in it's called Blount County, and he was
Blount.
running from yeah Blount yeah, and
Is it
he was
Blount or
running
Blount?
uh Blount,
Okay.
and he was on the run for probably about a week and a half when they finally caught him. So
Did
uh,
he at least get to shoot one more cop?
and no,
And he killed a cop,
He killed a cop, and he
and
hurt their partner or whatever. I think it was a woman cop. So
hold up. And they didn't kill him? Wow, these cops have some restraint.
yeah,
Wow. Good job,
right.
Blount County
Well,
Police. Whoop-de-doo in
they're
Knoxville.
about they're
Cool.
about
You
13
didn't kill.
they're about 13 years behind the trend. So give them enough time, they will.
Give them enough time. They actually arrested somebody for killing a cop.
No.
Let him seek justice in the courtroom. He'll lose. Obviously, they caught him.
Hmm.
He'll be going to jail. He'll be going to prison for the rest of his. He might get the death penalty. It's Tennessee, and he did kill a cop, and it is back to blue.
Hmm.
But don't tread on me.
Yeah.
Don't tread
Ugh.
on me. Back then blue. Hell yeah.
Don't tread on
Welcome.
me on my helicopter ever again.
We're here to physically remove your communist $1 for every head that you give us, and we will take them back to Latin America, specifically El Salvador.
Why would a so-called anarchist vote for Donald Trump? Let me show you, fam. They're all in there crying. Oh gosh.
Why would a fellow anarchist
I
vote
don't know.
for
That's
the
worker.
memes? For the memes.
Oh,
Why would you vote? Would you vote?
that's
We've
just a waste
we've
of time. I'd write my name in if I had to.
I would just keep voting for Harambe.
Yeah. Take,
Harambe.
take a shot for Harambe. He took one for you.
Exactly. Exactly. We've talked a lot, man. Speaking of cops, there's a video that's come out. I guess it comes from back in November of last year.
Yeah.
They just now finished like the investigation. The cop has since been fired. But let's just say he had a suspect that he arrested. Um, Go watch the video. I honestly forget, nor do I care what the guy was arrested for. But I think it had something to do with a he was arrested for burglary or something. Anyways, he had him arrested, had him in the cruiser. He already had him in the cruiser, waiting to be taken, and something hits him. Yeah, something hits him. Cop freaks out, like he got hit, like someone shot him. Starts shooting. He pulls his gun out, starts shooting at his own cruiser, freaking out, running around. I would just say watch the video. But it turns out what he was hit by, because he was fine, was an acorn fell on him. And he was blaming the suspect who was handcuffed in the back of his locked cruiser for being armed, that he should have searched, would have searched, and evidently found nothing. Regardless, he's handcuffed in the back of the cruiser. And what is your thoughts on the acorn cop of retard?
I mean, that's just a blatant case of incompetence, and it demonstrates just how bad the system is.
Well,
The guy
well,
just
I
got away with killing somebody because it was a simple stupid act of
mhm.
nature that acorn fell on him and he lost his shit.
No, 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 he didn't kill anybody. No,
Oh, I thought you said
no,
I thought you
no, no,
told
no,
me
no,
earlier.
no. No, I think luckily nobody was. I don't think anybody was hurt. Like no bystanders. The suspect that was in the cruiser, I
Yeah.
think he was able to like duck down and not get hit. Surprise! And the cop was not a good shot either. So I'm surprised that nobody got hit. Like, but nobody was harmed. Like, yeah. But because of his freak out, um, that's the danger is somebody could have been been shot or injured. Like just think he's freaking out, shooting all over the place, shooting back, like in that and just going all over the place. Say there's a kid that comes outside and is playing in a front yard of the neighborhood they're in, right? And a stray bullet hits that kid. I mean, what in God's name is going to be on your conscience after that? I mean, you better be feeling so much guilt that you end up blowing fucking head off. In my opinion, I mean, or somebody better just kill you because at that point, but someone could have been hurt, could have been a suspect, could have been a kid, could have been anybody.
Yeah.
Luckily, that didn't happen. And luckily, I guess barring the investigation, I guess that's where this all got leaked. But I think from what I've heard and watched and read, I think the cop essentially has been fired. So he has been
Yeah.
removed. Now that doesn't mean that nothing's happened. He probably just got fired from that jurisdiction, but he's free to go to another jurisdiction. That's the scary
Yeah.
part. I don't know the I don't know the details on that. I don't really care, honestly. I just care. The only thing I care about is a fucking cop went that irate
Yeah.
over an acorn, which tells you the mentality of who we are bringing into these police departments, who we're hiring.
Yeah. Well, another thing is, I
So,
mean, like not in this particular case, but I remember seeing several years ago a video of a police officer chasing somebody in a car, and they're just randomly firing at the person trying to get them to like shoot through a tire, shoot through the back window. They
mhm,
can hit these bullets can hit anybody, and they're in the middle of like a big, really populated city.
mhm,
They just don't care. There's no consequences for it. There's no consequences for bad behavior for police officers.
mhm. Yeah, or the potential on like a chase and possibly pit
Pit maneuvers.
maneuvering the wrong vehicle. Say you
Yeah,
lose the suspect, or pit maneuvering the right vehicle, but too early, and causing an accident
yeah,
rather than just staying with them. Because lots of times, most chases, you like majority of most car chases are slow speed chases.
yeah,
Most people don't even realize the cops are on them, and then they realize, oh, I'm being tailed. Maybe I should pull over. By that point, you're fucked. You're gonna have to
yeah,
go to court and defend yourself because, yeah, because they got you for evading, even though you didn't realize. Who cares? They're the police.
yeah,
Obey, obey your overlords. But I mean, really, they don't care. They don't. They get it. They can get away with just about anything. That's why they get the job. That's why you only see. It's not the brightest. It's always the dullest. It's the most stupidest, insane, careless individuals that become police officers, and that's why people get hurt, maimed, and killed,
yeah,
because they don't care. And that's also why your rights get trampled on as well, because they don't know that people have rights.
yep,
They think you have rights because I hope, well, I mean, the government has to grant you the rights. And the only way for you to have rights is if you work for the government. So, you don't work for the government, do you? Well, fuck off. Boom. Oh, you're black? Boom.
yep. You got your papers? See,
Yeah. Yeah. You got your paper.
that that's a meme, an internet joke for those who don't know what a meme is.
And then yeah, and then another thing, Twitter, both Liberty Twitter, fucking status right Twitter, conservative Twitter, all freaking out because you're all a bunch of police cucks, I guess. But the supposed migrant crisis that has hit New York, and I guess from a couple weeks back now, yeah, accordingly uh, there were two illegal immigrants or potential illegal immigrants. We don't necessarily know if they're illegal. They were reported that they were illegal on the corporate press. Okay, cool. They could just be assholes. They could be legal criminals. Who knows? We don't know. They probably are illegal, but let's not jump to conclusions. But these potentially illegal immigrants who were arrested allegedly for beating two NYPD officers. They were arraigned, and the judge let them out, I guess, on OR. That is no bond. And then they were and one of them was walking out, and somebody was filming them and trying to. They were kind of shit talking to them too, and but
They were
on
cutting a
that
promo.
camera, they were cutting a promo. Yeah, they were cutting more wrestling, and the guy just flips off the camera, and
Yeah.
it caused an uproar. Like these are the people that are coming in, like beating the police, and then these Democrat Soros judges are letting them off the hook, and like they're not letting them off the hook, but they probably aren't going to show up because there's no incentive to because you
Yeah.
did let them pretty much walk. So I get your argument there. But the fact of the matter is like, who cares? First off, fuck the. I'm wearing fuck the state, dude. Ooh, ooh. I'm wearing fuck the state, man.
Yeah.
Fuck the police. Really. If they did beat the cops, a gangbanger got beat up by a gangbanger. It
Yeah.
happens. Gangs fight,
Competition.
dude. Competition. Gangs kill each other. Gangs beat each other up. Gangs harm one another to take out the competition. Criminals will go after criminals in order to be the only criminal. That's just the fact of it all. I mean, really, that's just bully 101. I mean, two, the fact of the matter is we don't know the whole story.
Yeah.
You're getting your snippets from sound bites from Fox News.
Now, wait. Let's be fair. This is an MSNBC job, okay? Fox News is different. They don't do that kind of thing.
MSNBC, whatever.
Obviously, it's not a zero heads debate.
What I just hear I thought I heard Shapiro. What
Zero
audience?
heads.
What did Zero Head? Oh, Zero Edge.
Yeah.
I heard Ben Shapiro audience. What did you hear? Did you hear Ben Shapiro? Freudian? Am I having Freudian slips in my mind? I just want to hear Ben Shapiro.
Leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you heard.
Yeah. Do you want Ben
Don't
Shapiro on
forget to
this podcast?
subscribe. Thanks for watching, nerds.
Ah! Whoa. We're trying to grow, man. Being an asshole to people, calling them nerds.
Hey, look, I'm not the asshole
Dorks.
consultant, okay?
We're dorks. Okay, Aaron. Aaron Clary.
I don't know
Like and
much of my once in a
subscribe
while.
on Aaron Clary's YouTube channel.
The Big Brother podcast.
Oh, by the way, Aaron, you dissed my man here. But then you also,
Lysander Spooner, yeah.
yeah, he kind of did diss him on that one episode. But he
Mm.
also like really he pepped him up. He brought him up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The
yeah.
definitive test on Lysander Spooner. The Clary test on Lysander Spooner.
And that's how you know asshole consulting.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
so with that, I mean, when it all comes down to it, from what all we've talked about, life is just a work. It's not a shoot. It's not even a rib, although there are a lot of ribs. Um, but it's just a work. Nothing is real. Nothing is true, and everything is permitted. So if you want to go walk down the street and go beat up two NYPD police officers, you'll get away with it, especially if you're allegedly illegal.
They beat up old man Jenkins. How many times I need time to teach you a lesson, this old man?
Old man, man, that old man Jenkins was kind of he wasn't nice. He wasn't a nice guy.
Nice guys finished last.
With that, with that, any more on Tucker and Putin? What more did you get out of that interview, Absalom? Did you think it was very concise?
Well, I'm not an expert on Russian politics or Russian history. All I know is Big Daddy Lenin got trumped by Big Daddy Putin after talking shit about Big Daddy Stalin.
And Stalin is still no longer in the mausoleum.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he was removed in like the
So to speak.
70s. Huh?
So to speak.
No, he was removed. No, it wasn't the 70s. It was before I think Khrushchev had him removed. I don't know, but I know that he originally was buried in the mausoleum in 1953 with Lenin, but it wasn't long after actually when they removed him from the mausoleum because even even the Communist Party in the Soviet Union thought that he was a psychopath, that he was not good. He was a power hungry, corrupted autocrat that didn't care about the party, the needs of the party. So they removed him. He did a lot of bad. So did every other premier of the Soviet Union post Stalin. But it wasn't to the level of the genocidal maniac of Joseph Stalin. So yeah, so Joseph Stalin is in the mausoleum at the Kremlin.
Make Mother Russia his bitch. Like it says in the epic rap battle.
I think he is married. I think he is married to his homeland of Georgia.
Yeah.
No, I think he is buried in Georgia though. Yeah, I think they
So we're
did
gonna
have him
visit.
skip.
Just on his grave.
Yeah, I think so. That's when we're gonna move after we get our residency passports. Or yeah, I don't want to be a dual citizen of Georgia. I just want the residency so I can start a business and then I can go back and forth. Yeah, and have the passport to go to Malta. Or that's where the dual passport's gonna come from is Malta. Yeah, but I'd like to go to Georgia because it's an up and coming booming. It's booming. It's kind of subsiding a little bit, but it's been booming for over the last decade, man. It's still in its boom. And
Georgia, sweet
I
Georgia.
plus plus it'd be a cool place. Plus Khabib is from Georgia who beat the flying fuck out of that Irish bastard. And yeah, so Dagestan. Think it well, I
Recording
think I
stopped.
would have. And you're supposed to say it in Russia.
The recording stopped. It
In
says
Soviet
when
Russia,
you
guard
when you
radio.
when you're chasing people, you stay too hard behind, right? That's what the manual says.
We are Russian bot. We're just thank you for tuning in if you are tuning in for your daily dose or weekly or bi-weekly or whatever you want to call it, monthly. Your monthly there you go. Your monthly dose of
Russian
Russian
propaganda.
bot Russian bot propaganda. Yeah. So I'm a Russian bot. He's a Russian bot. We're all Russian bots. So because we don't fit the narrative of Joe Robinette Biden or even
Well,
Donald John
I'm
Trump
not
for
getting
that.
paid. I'm not getting paid by the CIA, unfortunately. So
Yeah, we're getting paid by Russian intelligence.
I always thought I was getting paid by DoorDash.
Oh, that's you're not getting paid?
You sons of bitches are getting paid?
I'll get, I get 10,000 rubles a week, dude. Actually,
Damn, I
let's
need to
look that
ask for a
up.
raise.
Yeah, yeah. How much? Let's double check. I'm gonna check that. What is Google? What is 10,000 rubles in US dollars? Did you hear that?
No, I couldn't. What's that?
Oh, well, okay. 10,000 rubles is $108.
Oh, okay. Not bad, man.
And they said Russia was booming post-sanction. The ruble's still worse.
Yep.
The dollar's still doing this. Don't worry. 100, yeah, 10,000 rubles will probably be more than a dollar or actually whatever. I don't know. I don't know how to work that out. I don't care. I don't care. Anything else? Let's continue on, man. Let's make this the 3 hour show.
Right. Been an hour and a half almost.
Or should we go ahead? It has been an hour and a half. It
Yep.
has been an hour and
Sorry.
a half. And anything more you would like to discuss? Anything in your corner? Anything about Mega Man X?
Oh no, I'm good. But I had to say, I always remiss Harambe.
Always, always. R.I.P. Harambe.
You know,
Rest in
The
peace.
Cincinnati Bengals, they almost had the opportunity of avenge him at the Super Bowl, but they just couldn't pull it off.
It's the bank. It's the Bungles, dude.
I know.
That's their mantra. They bungle.
Yeah.
They can't do it.
They bungled
They
the
get they're
Bengals.
so they get so close. It's like the meme.
They
Yeah, you
tried so
almost
hard
got
and
it.
got so
You
far, but
almost
in the
got it.
end, they couldn't get it. It didn't even matter.
Yeah. Yeah. It, in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Don't quit your day job.
Podcaster extraordinaire.
Okay.
I'll talk on the mic. I will not sing. But to end the night out, let's find a beat there, Andrew, and let's freestyle.
Okay. A world without
Or we
danger,
can
Lyrical intro.
or we can do this a cappella. You get first. You get the first 16.
There
I'll
is a
do it easy.
world that is virtual and different. I used to play that song all the time in high school, didn't I?
Why?
Because I thought it was funny.
Are you
Because
are you a nerd, dork, or geek?
a little bit of everything. I'm a trifecta kind of guy.
Hmm. Hmm. So, oh freak.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. I'll go with
That's
that.
fair. That's a good
It'll
show, by
say
the way.
freak.
Freaks and Geeks.
Freak.
He's proven it. He is proving it. If you watch, you will see him do the freak shuffle, the freak a leak. Freak on a leash, everybody. Just like the corn song. He's a freak on a leash.
Oh, why?
With that, anything you want to plug out, Andrew, for monies?
I mean, hit me up on Telegram, t.me/otaku sauce. Oh, I gotta post my videos for the day. I didn't do that today. I'll do that tomorrow.
Loser, loser,
Yeah, yeah.
failure, failure. Speaking of which, and I'm gonna take the time to do this because, but if you listen, for all y'all listening, um, and you still listen, go ahead and whatever platform you listen on, help us fight that algorithm by sending us a review. So and following us on that platform so that you can get get notified every time a new episode comes out. So whether it's on Apple, uh, whether it's Spotify, whether it's iHeartRadio, Spreaker, you name it, Amazon Music or Audible. Uh, Give us a review. If you absolutely think we're garbage, then I mean, be truthful, man. We want honesty. All right, you don't gotta be bashful. We're but please give us a 5 star. Please, no. But really, be truthful. Be honest. If we suck, man. We'll try to tell us what we need to do to get better on this thing. But yeah, give us go ahead. Try to give us a review. And try to follow us and subscribe to us on the platforms that you listen to our podcasts on or watch, if it's YouTube or Spotify. Yeah, because it helps us beat the algorithm, and we got to beat this algorithm. So, and on YouTube, go over to YouTube, uh, like, comment, subscribe if you really enjoy it. Please go ahead, subscribe if you really enjoy it, and ring that bell. Because again, you want to get notified when we have some new content. So, there you go. So, like, comment, give us some shit, um, or tell us we're awesome. I mean, I prefer the latter, but if you want to give us some shit, whatever, and subscribe and follow us and hit that notification bell, whatever all the platforms have. I know YouTube has the bell, but yeah. So help us out, help us expand this thing, and if you really want to, you can DM me at legacy_ZAK. Uh, or you can hit up Andrew at AI Conan 80 or 990, excuse me.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah, in the corner. But yeah,
Right,
over on
so,
Twitter,
right
X.
there. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, somewhere like that. Yeah, over on X, and yeah, we can get you on this show, man. We can have a good conversation because that's what it's all about is having good conversation. We don't need famous people, although it's kind of nice to have some famous people, famous enough people in spheres of influence within within our movement, of course, like David Friedman or Scott Horton or Larry
Glenn
Sharp
back.
or yeah. Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck is the next episode, by the way.
Oh, sure. You heard him first, not me.
Yeah, right. If I can pull Glenn Beck, I'm
Hey,
gonna make
look,
sure he I want money.
look. If we talk to Glenn back, I'm gonna talk about how I talked to him at the Villages once when he was coming through Florida, and asked him why I didn't talk to or talk about Michael Savage getting banned in England, and then how he turned
Why,
around and said, "Thanks for coming,"
why did Michael Savage get banned in England? Didn't he
because
like
he was a canary in the coal mine, man. I mean, he's a status cuck just like the rest of them, but
he's a conservative.
yeah,
He's a
he's a pre
gold.
he was a he's a pressure tester
Yeah, he's a pressure tester. So in other words, he's a red-blooded American.
from New York, Atlanta, San
Oh, from New
Francisco.
York. From New York. You know who
Do
else is from
you
New York?
who? Da, da,
Michael
da.
Malice. Michael Malice. He's from
Oh,
Brooklyn.
I thought you
Another
I thought
Michael.
I think, well, yeah, yes, Michael Mouse is right. He's talking
Hey
about that
man.
one wrestler or whatever, the one
Oh,
that's
I don't know.
uh, uh, he took that really bad chair shot.
Oh God, they've all
Uh,
taken bad chair shots
no, the guy that was turned into an investor and everything. I'm trying to
that
remember
turned
his
into
name.
he turned into an
Investor, yeah,
investor.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm trying to
fuck,
remember.
Val
The chair
Venus.
shot. I'm talking, not Val Venus. No, Val Venus is really who Vince McMahon really is. But no, I mean like, oh,
Val
from
Venus, I think,
Stevie.
is
He took
actually
that
an
really bad
advocate.
chair shot from Steven or Stevie Richards.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know who you're talking about. I don't know. I forget his
Yeah,
name, but yeah, I vaguely remember who you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah, he's an investor now. Okay, you can look
but
it up. You can look it up, man.
yeah, yeah. I couldn't. That's just,
Yeah, let's find that out. I want to know now.
yeah, right. Pressure, pressure.
What? It's Pee Wee Herman.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, Paul Rubens did nothing wrong. He just went to an adult film
Yeah.
thing and jerked off,
John
and
Layfield.
they caught him.
John Layfield.
John John Layfield.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Bradshaw, JBL.
Bradshaw. Yeah, JVL.
Yeah, and it was when he was Bradshaw.
Yeah, I was watching. I was showing up my balls while I was looking it up. Sorry, wasn't even thinking
Yeah,
about it. I don't want to
that's
blind the
right.
audience.
Yeah, yeah. And then
That was a
he
horrible
went
chair
out.
shot.
It was bad. It was pretty bad, but he was able to
Yeah.
come back, and then they remolded him into the JBL character, and he was pretty
Hmm.
successful after that. He was actually more so successful as the John Bradford, uh, John Bradshaw Layfield character,
Yeah.
going after his actual name, I guess, rather than Bradshaw. Bradshaw never got the oomph that they
Yeah.
wanted. They really wanted to pop him. They even didn't they actually ended up having him win the King of the Ring.
I think so.
Didn't yeah, and that still didn't do anything. So, but
Yeah.
JBL, I mean, JBL will forever be a legend for dropping the WWE Championship to do it, do the entrance. It's the original one.
I don't know. I don't know. It's been
Word
a long
life.
time.
Word
Oh,
life. This is
basic
basic
thugonomics.
thugonomics.
Okay, we just got copyright struck.
Yeah. Uh, can they copyright that from my mouth?
I don't know. Maybe we'll find out.
Fair use, fair use. I'm reviewing the John Cena original theme. It's
Yeah.
quite good actually. Very catchy, very catchy. So very catchy. Yeah.
You can't copyright me.
Yeah. You know what
Where'd he go?
happens? Hey, where did it go? You know what happens if you put hey, can you put your hand up on your face? You know what?
Hey, what was that all
If
about,
your
Zach?
hand yeah, if your hand's bigger than your face, it means you have cancer.
I've heard that
Remember
somewhere
that?
before. Yeah.
Yeah, high school.
Yeah.
Stupid kid shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, at this point you probably want to be like, yeah, I'll review these idiots. One
Hmm.
star comment. Adolescent,
Tom Wood
childish
Show.
weirdos. Tom. This is the Tom. Hey, if you vote, if you go and review and give us a bad review, we're the Tom Woods Show.
Just remember, voting is the same principle as
Oh, I
rating
can't
some
cover it.
podcast on the internet.
The Tom, yeah, that is a very horribly failed podcast. You know that?
A 3x5 allowable opinion, then next card podcast episode program with an ebook that's on the side for free.
An ebook. Oh, and then you can go get a new book as well. Tell us all about that, Andrew.
I haven't written one yet. Get back to me in 3 years when I've decided to be productive and get a laptop.
Andrew's gonna do what he's gonna copy Tom Woods' newest book, his latest piece called
Word for
Diary
word,
of
letter for
COVID.
letter.
He's gonna copy it word for word.
And I got to charge the exorbitant amount of money for it for free.
Because here in the libertarian sphere, um, we don't believe in IP, so anything's fair game, Tom.
That's why I ripped Count Dankula's episodes right off the off the tracks there.
I
Every
believe it.
person from home.
Yeah, the hell with fair use. Just copywriting, period.
Right?
I'm just
Hey,
stealing the whole damn show.
he can't physically remove me. He lives on the other side of the water.
He comes over here. Hasn't he been to Austin?
Yeah. He's been on Alex Jones' show several times.
I know he has. Is that where he got Alex Jones to do his intro? With
Yeah,
him in the
something like that.
headlock
Yeah.
and shirtless Alex Jones.
Let's Count Dankula on YouTube. Everybody should subscribe.
Count Ankle. So
Yeah.
make sure you subscribe, like, and ring that bell to get the notifications because YouTube is a little funny. This
Don't
is
forget to like and subscribe.
I mean, this has been a very, very fun episode. I could go all night, man, but
Yeah.
we probably should before we get too slap happy. So,
I'm just getting warmed up.
huh?
I'm just getting warmed up.
I know you're getting warmed up.
I'm ready. Let's go home.
So, but yeah, we've had our fun. We've talked we've gotten a little serious here and there, but
Yeah.
we mostly just had fun. So, you got us for nearly 2 hours, everybody, and you
9:30.
got us, yeah. Well, so I mean, you got the real us.
Yeah.
So not no monotone trying to steer conversations and run interviews. Not even our latest episode, our episodes prior. I mean, we were still trying so hard. This is what podcasting is all about, man.
Yeah.
Just kicking back with the homies and shit talking and having a
Listen,
conversation, having fun. Basically, Joe Rogan experience
listening to an episode on your iPod.
on your iPod. That's a that it yeah, going way back, man. Going 15 years back, 20 years now.
I was a Zoom kind of
2004.
guy.
Yeah, 2004. So with that, he's Andrew Joseph. I am the legacy of Jennifer and Kaiser. I'm Zachary Kaiser. Andrew's drinking his water. Look at him slurp that big old water bottle. That's a gallon, everybody. A gallon. It's all water. It's all water. So this is the legacy, right? That's Mega Man X. So hopefully we don't get copyrighted. But hey, fun game. So Mega Man, great series. Good animated show as well. So
Yep.
I love Mega Man. So but we gotta take off. We gotta go shoot for the moon. So yeah. Pow right to the kisser, right? So peace and fuck the state.
Throw that in a small town. See you guys later. Have a good night. Bye.